Depends on where you hunt.
That's true. It's region-based.
Well, I heard Ohio has some of the best white-tailed deers around.
Lots of good non-typical deer.
From a good source.
Yeah, we got 2 button bucks in the last 5 years.
A what?
2 button bucks.
Whoa, this is a new term for Tony.
Oh, Tony, what the fuck is that?
What is a button buck?
Well, you can teach your button bug, you can teach your spike.
I had 2 button this week.
No, you didn't.
Button bug.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta buy the shirts a little bigger. Button for that up.
So tonight we're doing a nice little event with Mr. Tom Lazuka of Asylum and Lucas Nook Mercer, also of Asylum. I know this project's been in the works for you for a long time, and I know it was a really difficult thing to actually make happen.
Yeah.
And also, ironically enough, Cigar Press, we got it in today, and there's a nice write-up about your collaboration.
Just obviously the microbrew, the craft brew craze going on. I thought it'd be a great idea to use a beer, get the craft brew involved with the cigars. And
I mean, it was almost 2 years ago when you had your first batch done, right? Was it two summers ago?
2 years ago when I met Brett.
Yeah, because you brought some over to me and you said this is a project we're thinking about doing, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was curious to see how it all played out.
The one thing that we do is we do it a little differently. A number of them, when I read, they compress the tobaccos in the barrels, different things. Our approach is a little different with this.
Words like knives that no longer cut. The world in flames. So small anymore, we can fall through the grave.
Ship the barrels from Holland, Michigan, to Nicaragua.
Yeah.
So that process has got to be insane.
Well, and obviously it adds to the cost. I mean, it's expensive to ship 10 big, giant bourbon barrels down there with customs and everything, and that's why people ask, it's a little pricey, but it's a unique cigar. We cut the barrels, we put a racking system inside the barrel, and then we actually age the entire cigar in the barrel. A very different approach, and we like the way it came out. We wanted a cigar first, with the subtle nuances of the charred oak and the beer and the bourbon, and I think we accomplished that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a flavored cigar, and that's the cool thing about it. You get the craft beer notes, you get the bourbon notes, but since you're not actually infusing anything into the cigar, you're just letting the barrel do its work. It's subtle enough to be a great cigar, but it's present enough to be noticeable.
Words like knives that no longer cut. The world in flames. So small anymore, we can fall through the grave. We got time.
What's next? What's going on with you guys at Asylum now? What do you want to talk about?
We're just trying to get ready for the show. The newest project we have is called Asylum 33. I don't want to call them one-offs, but they're just going to be, I guess, a little more short batch, small productions, where we find aged tobaccos, and then we'll make the blends by kind of mixing some of our own tobaccos in with some of the aged tobaccos and try and make some really great blends in small batch cigars.
That's perfect. That sounds like a great project. There's different sizes of the Dragon's Milk coming as well?
Yeah, I've got another batch of barrels ready to go. So what I want to do, my goal here right after the show is to launch a 44x4 called Half Pints.
Okay.
And then we're going to launch a size a little bit bigger than that too.
Okay.
And so somewhere, in between this and the Half Pint. So
perfect.
So we'll have 3 sizes available, but for right now it is what it is.